Alright, what is good? It's your boy Shimmy back with another video, and today we have Demon Slayer, and arguably one of the best fights in anime history. So lock the f in. Yes, I'ma tell your grandma. Now let's get into it. Boom, we start 4 months right after Rengoku got packed up by Akaza, and Tanjiro and the rest of them are training for their next mission. Then boom, Tengen pulls up on them aura farming. He tries to take these girls for his mission, but they say nah, take us 3 instead. Hey, if y'all defy me, you're off the mission. Bro's like, alright, but where are we going? Where's the mission? The Red Light District. And then this guy tells him he's the god of Flash. Yeah, Big Mom Ting, this is the type of delusion I need. So boom, they arrive in the entertainment district and the Gyal are already looking at them. But Tengen says, don't do anything that's gonna make you stand out. Like bro, I'ma be honest, you're all dressed like you're the enemy stand user right now. You guys already stick out. Now Tengen tells him his shorty was here, but he stopped receiving messages from her after a while. You already know what that means. She either got scooped up by a rapper or an NBA player. He says, aight, y'all go look for my bride and I'll start getting information from these freaky demons. And we learn he has not 1, not 2, but 3 Gyal? The hell? I need to study this guy. So now all 3 of them go to different houses to infiltrate. They question people, but they're not getting no information. Everything's too quiet. But there might even be an upper moon who's here too. Inosuke hears these girls talking about Tengen's wife, saying she's been up in his room for a while. Then we see her and she's getting hung up by this silk. And the demon's like, what's your name again, ho? Let me ask you, where were you sending these letters? Inosuke walks up to the room, but the demon notices. He busts down the door, but when he looks in, the demon's already gone. He's like, nah, I can smell you, bitch, I'm onto you. And he starts running after it. He tries to track it all over, but he ends up losing it. Now we cut to Zenitsu, and he hears this little girl crying. And he's like, nah, you good. But then someone pulls up right behind him and it's in fact a demon. Big Mom Ting, I would join her. She grabs the little girl's ear and says, hey, this room is still messy. You don't know how to clean? But Zenitsu grabs her and says, let that little girl go. Would you say, you little ugly? You too ugly and broke to touch me. And she gives him a rude backhand to the ground, knocking him out. She says, you're in need of discipline. The other workers come in and say, please just allow her. She's still a newbie. She don't know Wagwan. Now we get a flashback of Michael Jackson pulling up on Upper Moon 6. He says to her, you got more powerful since the last time I seen you. I got high hopes for you. And we learn she's killed 7 Hashira?
I beg your pardon?
He also tells her there's a demon who escaped from him, and it's Nezuko. Back to Zenitsu, Shorty says he's knocked out, but he's barely injured. He must be a part of the Demon Slayer Corps. But it's cool, he ain't got the skills of a Hashira, so I'll allow him. Tanjiro, Tengen, and Inosuke meet up, and he tells them Zenitsu's not gonna link up with us, he's gone. Y'all boys should leave, your ranks are too low for this mission. I'ma pack up the demons by myself. And he disappears. I won't lie, he does have aura. Now they figure out the demon must be in disguise and it's careful when killing so it won't blow its cover. Tanjiro goes to the Oiran of the Tokito house and he tells her, listen, I'm sorry I lied to you about being a Gyal, but I promise I'ma save everyone who disappeared. Don't worry, we all knew you were a mon. But she says, tonight's my last night here. Someone said they want to marry me. Tanjiro says, I'm happy for you, and he leaves, but then something starts moving behind her. She's like, Tanjiro, what, you forget something? But it's not Tanjiro, it turns out to be Daki. She says, oh, it's your last night here, eh? Say no more. I'ma eat you then. She's like, what the f? And Shorty gets covered by her belt. Now Tanjiro's running towards Inosuke's crib, but he's like, I smell something. It's a demon. A bad one too. We cut to Tengen and he pulls up on this guy and he says, hey, tell me what happened to those 2 people who disappeared and I'll allow you. Don't worry, I'll get your revenge. He tells her it's that baddie from the Kogyoku house. And Tengen's gone just like that. He goes to her room ready to fight, but she's gone. Now back to Tanjiro. He goes to the room where he smells the baddie, opens it, and he just sees Daki. Oh, you're a demon slayer. Where are your friends? How much of y'all are here? Oh, you came with that ugly ass yellow kid with that shit ass haircut too, right? And we just see Koinatsu getting sucked into the belt thing. Daki says she don't devour anyone who's ugly or old, which is fair to be honest. If I was a demon, I'd be doing the same thing. Tanjiro looks at her eyes and he sees she's upper 6, but he's not scared. Bro busts out his sword and says, hey, leave fine shit alone, demon shit. But she got pissed and hits him into a building. Bro's like, damn, she really that strong? Boom, they go at it. He uses his water form and cuts all the fabric, but she comes back and hits bro in the air and gives him a back hit to the ground. But Tanjiro's smart, he made sure to cut out Koinatsu from the fabric. And she's still out here calling bro ugly, like damn, she's lucky she bad though. Tengen finds his wife tied up and instantly he saves her. Basically, Daki gave her that belt to spy on her and to kill her because she knew something was up. He starts looking for the battle so he can join it, and he hears some shit underground. So he starts attacking the ground to join the scrap. Back to the fight, Daki gets pissed. She's like, I'ma kill you now, boy. So Tanjiro locks in and he uses Hinokami Kagura and cuts all the fabric. She dodges his attack and goes to take his head off, but it was an after image. Bro attacks her from behind, but she looks back and says, you way too slow, boy, and hits him away. She goes right at him again, but luckily he gets up and they start clashing again. But he has a problem. He can't find no opening. Any string he sees is gone in a second. We cut back to Inosuke in the house and he finds a hole leading underground. Bro crawls all the way inside and he sees all these people who are trapped in this fabric. He's like, the hell am I looking at? And we even see Zenitsu there too. Like, alright bro, lock in. But someone says, what the f are you doing here? And the belts start attacking Inosuke. But he cuts them all up bad. They forgot bro is the king of the mountain. Then it tells them, hold on though. You're really about to leave all these extra humans here behind? You sure you ain't supposed to save them? But then we see a kunai and two fine shits pull up and they go in fighting the belts too. And they say they're Uzui's wives? Nah, bro's winning in life. I promise I'm not jealous. Then Zenitsu gets up and uses thunderclap and cuts all the humans out. That is my goal. Out of nowhere, we just hear a boom and someone pulls up and it's the goat Tengen. The belt's like, it's a Hashira. And before she can even finish her sentence, bro cuts the belt up easy. Bro aura farms and says, my bad for taking so long. I'm happy y'all are safe. You know what though? 2 gyal is just greedy. Like, how greedy can you be? You know what I mean? Save some for the rest of us. Back to Tanjiro. Daki gets pissed again and starts hitting him from all angles. But then the belts all start coming back to her piece by piece. Tanjiro goes to attack her, but she just disappears. And her hair changes color. Did she just get more powerful? Yeah, I love. Some old man comes out the crib and he says, hey, y'all shut the f up, it's nighttime. I gotta wake up and drink and gamble tomorrow. People like you aren't welcome. She's like, is this talking to me? And she sends an attack straight at him. Tanjiro goes to block it and he still gets cut, and the guy who was talking shit loses his arm. But she's not done yet. She destroys all the buildings and people are dying left and right. She goes to leave, but Tanjiro says, you're not going anywhere, come back here. But she says the repulsive ones have no reason to live. Y'all should all die. And Tanjiro took that personally.
Became personal with me.
His eyes turn red like he's been on that duck pack. Shorty goes to leave, but Tanjiro says, you not going anywhere, grabs her leg and cuts it off. She breaks free and regrows it. He says, you really killing humans for what? They're not doing nothing to you. And she starts having flashbacks. She sees, hold on, is that the first Hashira? Basically, since she's got Muzan cells, they're getting PTSD from Tanjiro. But he says, aight, enough talk with you, ho. You may be bad, but not bad enough. He goes in with the quickness. She uses her blood art and comes down on him, but he cuts through all of them. And she can't even regrow it like she normally can. Shorty's like, how the f can you cut my shit? She tries to get away, but Tanjiro's on demon timing. He tries to cut her head off, but she uses her belt to get away from it. They keep going at it, slashing, and Tanjiro holds all her belts together, then Speed Blitzer cuts them all off. And he's about to cut her neck, but he reached his limit. He falls to the ground. Shorty's like, you almost got me, bitch. Nah, you can't kill me, bitch. I'm about to cut your head off. But then Nezuko pulls up and kicks her head clean off. She ain't gonna let Daki disrespect her big bro. Daki remembers this is the girl who Muzan wants dead. Nezuko goes in to fight, but Daki cuts her foot and throws her in a building. You weak as hell, little girl. A half-developed demon like you can't regenerate, I'm sure. But she regenerates her legs and arms. And these marks come all over her body and she gets a horn. Daki's like, what the hell is going on? Then she speed blitzes in again. Daki says, I seen that move already, dummy. Cuts her legs and arms, but she regenerates and just steps on her. Daki's like, what the, how did you regenerate? And she just steps on her arms and smiles like, yes, this is what I want to see. Now she's stepping on her over and over and Daki gets pissed and just cuts her head off. But that don't kill her, the blood is still attached to her limbs. She grabs Daki's belt and her blood that got on Daki goes on fire. Yeah, she really is top dog out here, I won't lie. She comes down and steps on her head again and now she's just hitting combos. She walks through the room and she sees a girl bleeding. And she gets hungry. She's about to go have dinner, but Tanjiro puts his sword in her mouth and holds her back. She's not giving up though. Shorty's actually hungry. Then we just see this half-burnt freak wake up. So bitch, you can do demon arts too? Now Tanjiro don't know what to do, but the goat Tengen shows up and cuts all the belts. Daki's like, oh, You're a Hashira. I've been looking for you. He says, get out my face. I'm not here to fight you. You weak as hell. Huh? Me? I know you're not talking about me. Then her head just falls in her lap. He tells Tanjiro, hey, get your little sister under control. She bad for the battle. But he starts singing that new Lil Uzi and she finally stops. Now Daki's like, nah, I ain't lost yet. I'm strong as Nah, you lost. You not a real upper moon. He realizes something. Her body's not disintegrating after he cut her head off. And she yells out, brother, come do something. Then something comes out of her and we just see this. He says, don't cry, shorty, you too pretty for that. Uzui goes into attack, but bro matches him and even cuts his shinobi bandana. He says, oh, you blocked my attack? Good for you. Then he just starts glazing him. You got a nice face? You got meat on your bones? Uzui's like,
glaze me.
Then he just starts scratching himself because he's jealous. And he says he's gonna pack everybody up. He throws his sickles, but Uzui dodges. Then backup finally arrives. Now back to the fight. Tengen's like, yeah, I'm that guy. I even have 3 wives. Gyotaro's like, 3? How greedy. He gets pissed and shoots his blood sickles at him. Tengen drops to the floor and throws some bombs, but they block it. Now they keep fighting, but Gyotaro's sickles have poison in it and it starts to take effect on him. He ain't backing down though. He goes in with the quickness, kicks Daki in the air, then throws his bombs. Daki's head comes off and he goes to slash Gyotaro, but he just misses. Gyotaro's like, oh, you caught on to us, eh? Don't matter though, you gon' die anyways. Then Inosuke and Zenitsu pull up. And the GOAT Tanjiro makes his appearance. Tengen's like, y'all did good with that aura farming there. But he says all you demon slayers do the same things. And we learned he's killed 15 Hashiras? Like damn. The Demon Slayer Corps is going through more people than McDonald's. Boom, Zenitsu goes in, takes Daki in the air, and Inosuke goes with him. So they're both running a 2v1. Zenitsu says, apologize to that girl you hurt. You not lecturing me, boy. You not my equal. I'm big dog round these ends. Then she gets a Rinnegan in her head. Like, why the f does everyone have this third eye, bro? Tanjiro gets ready to join the fight, but Gyotaro goes in with the quickness to end him. He can't even dodge. Uzui comes and grabs him out of the way and they go at it, but Daki's backing him up with her belt. Zenitsu and Inosuke are fighting at the top, but they can't even get close to her. Back to Tengen, they keep fighting, but slowly he gets cut more and more. He's like, why is this little demon so fast? Gyotaro tries to hit him with the blood attack from behind, but Tanjiro comes in last minute and blocks it with his water form. Now, honestly, it's just mayhem flying everywhere. Uzui's like, shit, Tanjiro's not gonna last that much longer. I need to end this quick. Then his next wife comes in and shoots bear kunai at Gyotaro, but he blocks them easy. With that, Tengen goes in. He don't even care he's getting hit too. And he cuts his legs off, and we learn his body's going numb cause the poison. But Gyotaro just smiles. He regenerates his leg and uses his blood sickles around his arms to get them. Tengen kicks Tanjiro away and uses his sound breathing to block, and he vanishes. And we just see the man reappear and he grabs Tengen's wife. No, that's too far. Tengen can't even get to her. So Tanjiro goes running in to help. He knows what he's gotta do, but he don't got the stamina. So he says, you know what I need to do? Mix the Hinokami Kagura and the water.
Combination.
So boom, he goes in ready to scrap. Tengen goes at Gyotaro from the front ready to cut his neck, but he literally blocks both of them with his blades. Tengen goes to stab his neck and he turns around and bites the sword, and we just see him use his blood arts again. Now onto Zenitsu and Inosuke. They still can't get close to Daki, so all 3 of them go in ready to fight. They dodge all these blasts. Inosuke uses his beast breathing and runs in with the quickness. Tanjiro and Zenitsu block all the bands in his ways, and bro finally gets to her neck, puts his swords there and starts sawing at her neck, cuts the head off and snatches it. Now he goes on the run with the quickness. So they're like, okay, we won the first battle, we just gotta help Uzui now. Gyotaro comes right behind Inosuke and stabs him, and then he takes the head back. Tanjiro's like, how is he there? Where's Uzui? And we just see the man on the ground with his arm cut off. Shanks? Zenitsu comes and saves Tanjiro and pushes him off. Then he falls to the ground and his eyes close. He wakes up breathing heavy. He's like, where the f am I right now? He looks around, the whole place is on fire. I can't lie, even the fire animation is insane. He's like, okay, I gotta do what I gotta do. But then Gyotaro pulls up right in front of him. Oh, you're still alive, look. You're a lucky guy. I lied. Probably only you who's alive right now anyways. And we just see Daki aura farming above. We see Inosuke on the ground with the stab through his heart. Zenitsu's trapped under a house and can't get out. And Uzui's just one-armed laying on the ground. And the poison's really spreading. Yeah, you 4 are cooked. Especially you, gang. Tanjiro's like, why the f did this guy kill me? But then Guyotaro just starts flaming him, saying he can't even protect his younger sister. He grabs his 2 fingers and breaks them. Nah, Tanjiro needs his get back. He's like, hey, weak ass, why were you even born? What you gonna do now? Cut my head off? You know you ain't like that, boy. Tanjiro has no words, cause he's not really like that. Right now, at least. So he just takes Nezuko and runs, and these guys start laughing at him for running. Like, sorry, you guys are literal demons who can regenerate. Then Guyotaro pulls up right behind him again and gives him a rude kick into the building. Shit almost falls on him, and now he's just walking him down looking like this. Tanjiro starts throwing shit at him, and he just comes and gives him another rude kick to the stomach. He asks him the fated question, why don't you become a demon too for your sister? If you don't, I'ma kill your family. Big Montang, if Tanjiro turned into a demon, he would be insane. I would be one without hesitation, I won't lie to you. Then Tanjiro looks up and says, I was waiting for this moment. And he headbutts him, but he actually falls, and we learn while he headbutted him, Tanjiro stabbed him with the poison kunai. So this was all a part of Tanjiro's plan. He gets up, busts out his sword and uses Himikage Kagero on his neck and starts cutting it, but it stops. He realizes these two are just like him and Nezuko if they both turn demon. He keeps cutting his neck, and Gyotaro's trying to grab the kunai. Daki tries to go in to help, but Zenitsu comes back and cuts her belt again. He uses Godspeed on her neck to keep her away from the battle. He can only do this move twice though, so if we don't cut her now, they are cooked. Back to Tanjiro, Gyotaro finally gets the kunai out, and now his sword is being repelled. He starts to hit Tanjiro with these attacks, and he's just getting faster and faster. Tanjiro's about to get hit in the eye and become Kenpachi, but Uzui comes in and blocks it. Damn, how is bro alive right now? And he says, alright, let's get this party started. Basically, he stopped his heart to make sure the poison doesn't spread anymore. So he goes in, starts deflecting everything. Remember, he's the sound Hashira. He starts playing that cartel in his ear, and he's going in. They go at it again and do a crazy clash. I can't lie, this animation's actually crazy. They both keep going faster and faster. Tanjiro pulls up beside them, ready to help. He goes in, but Uzui's chain gets cut. He gets stabbed, but Uzui just cuts his arm off. Gyotaro gets him back and stabs him in the eye, but Uzui says, don't stop, and he tackles him. Tanjiro jumps in the air to cut his neck, but he stabs bro in the mouth. This Tanjiro guy don't care though, he still swings. He says, I just gotta use all the power in my body to end this you. Then his scar starts to get bigger and he yells and cuts more and more. He cut to Zenitsu. He can't keep fighting, but then Inosuke pulls up. She's like, how the f are you still moving? Don't underestimate the flexibility of my body. I moved so it didn't hit any vital organ. Okay, what about the poison? Oh, the poison? I grew up on a mountainside, so I'm immune. Like, okay. She starts to hit him from the side too, and Daki's like, bro, you gotta do something. Now all 3 of them lock in and they cut both their heads off at the same time, and they fall right beside each other. Tanjiro can barely breathe from the poison. He's not from the mountain. And Uzui speaking to him, he says, it's not over yet, run. And all we see is a huge blast of those rotating blades. But then Nezuko comes in and she uses her fire to stop all the blood attacks. Tanjiro wakes up and we see the place is destroyed. It looks like Shibuya. Then Zenitsu calls out to him and Nezuko takes him there. We go see Inosuke. He's laying on the roof and he's not moving. And we can see the poison's getting to him too. Nezuko touches him and all the poison goes away. Then she goes to Tengen too and he recovers from the poison. Alright, that is all for this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know how you feel about Demon Slayer. Let me know if you want me to keep doing Demon Slayer because I will do it. Appreciate all the love and support. So yes, we're going to be doing a romance anime. Let me know down below which ones I should watch. So far, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking like the Bunny Girl one. The streets have been telling me that one's up there. That one's top dog. So we might do that one. Maybe a Horimiya, however you say that one. That one might be up there too. Just let me know in the comments what y'all want to see and I'll do it. Yeah, summer anime is almost over. It is time for the fall anime. We got One Punch Man, My Hero, definitely going to be doing that. If you know me, if you're OG, you know I've been doing the My Hero, so I'm going to be doing that one. But yeah, if there's any other animes that you want me to do, I will be doing it. I'm going to say it again, the second channel is coming. It's coming soon. Don't ask me what soon's looking like. I don't know what a timeline is anymore. I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, road to 100K. Almost at 70. Appreciate all y'all boys and girls. And yeah, we're gonna keep going, keep grinding. 4th quarter pressure. If you got some goals for yourself, remember it's fourth quarter, so lock the fuck in. You see me? Catch y'all boys and girls in the next video. Peace.